Friday morning, everybody. As you can see, we've still got a pretty nice little lake out here. Hadn't had a chance to go down much. We've had 4 more inches of rain since I shot the last video over here. Over this time to do an overnight. Beautiful day. It's about 55, 56 degrees right now. Going to be down into about 30 tonight, I think. So let me get on back to the campsite and get set up. Thanks for coming along, everybody. Finally decided to sit down and have an afternoon pipe. It's somewhere 4:30, something like that. Been pretty peaceful over here today. You can see maybe just a little bit of a breeze blowing kind of out of the north. I hope it does get down to 30 tonight. I'll show you why in a few minutes. For all you folks that don't know, in this area here we had some tornadoes last week, and one of them was about a mile to the south of here. It done quite a bit of destruction, took down a couple of different houses like completely, and done a lot of damage, so hope those folks are doing well. I was going to go down that way, not to show you the houses or anything, but to show you where it come through the trees down there. It really made a mess. For an F1, it left a lot of damage. So, like I said, just been kind of milling about, and any of you guys that usually see me over here at the Hideout, I aimed to come over here earlier today and finish this up, but I didn't wind up getting over here till about 2 o'clock. So, got the camp set up. A little different spot. Usually I'm set up just about where the camera's sitting right now. I got all the firewood together for tonight. I brought some in from outside, some white oak. I think there's a couple of pieces of red oak, and then I had some of that old walnut laying over there that was still dry, thanks to the little woodshed. 4 more inches of rain since the last video. Crazy. The Cumberland River is just about at flood stage, probably expected to be at flood stage tomorrow, which is just starting to get up over the road and into the buildings. The lake levels are still right at summer pool, which is obviously not summertime right now, but they haven't backed up too bad yet from all the tributaries feeding into them. They've kept a lot of water running over the dam. Yesterday it was 218,000 cubic feet per second, which is quite a bit. They listed strong current. Got a lot of birds flying around today. Had some ducks on the pond down here where I walked up, but they took off. Little wood ducks. It's not going to be too much longer. I think I'm going to go ahead and get fire going. Haven't had mosquito problems. I was really expecting that. I actually bought some bug spray with me. So far I haven't had to use it. That little bit of wind makes it kind of a chill in the air. Won't be but another hour and a half or so, the sun will be gone. It'll get cool pretty quick if it's going to be down to 30 tonight. So, let me take another hit or two off the old pipe. Then I'm going to take you over there and show you a couple of new pieces of gear I brought to the woods with me this time. Stick around. You guys are used to seeing me sitting on this bucket, and it's been a real good pack around for sure. Good place to sit, comfortable. It's actually that top that gets warm under your rear end, picks up a little body heat. That's always good. I invested in one of these little chairs. It's a Ozark Trail. It's the little frame, goes together shot cord wise. Supposed to be good up to 250 pounds. They're 15 bucks. I just couldn't get the money together to buy one of the real light ones that are 65, 70 bucks. This one here comes in at 3 pounds. So it's not extremely heavy, but you wouldn't want to walk 50 miles with it. Then again, you might if you want a decent place to sit. Because so far it's kind of nice to have a back to lean up against. That's the one drawback from the stool, unless you set up against a tree. The next thing I got, new sleeping bag. This is Coleman North Rim, rated at 0 degrees. Probably 15, 20 comfort range. I don't know. It's the North Rim. Like I said, if you want to get the complete specs on it, just Amazon, eBay, everybody's got them. It does weigh 5.6 pounds. So to be packing it around a whole bunch, you know, for me back and forth here at the Hideout, if I go car camping down at the lake, it's no big deal to have that much, you know, especially if it's really good when it's cold. Tonight, like I said, 29, 30 degrees tonight. I've heard both. We'll see how it does. I've got some hand warmers, but I'm not going to use them. And I'm going to just start out in a pair of fresh regular socks, not the wool socks, to see how it works out pretty good. It's a standard bag. I've only been in the bag one time at the house when I first got it, of course. Have to play with a new toy. And I'm 6 foot even. And I had like 4 inches of room with my feet comfortable in the foot box. I had 4 inches of room in the hood. So 6'2", you would still be real comfortable in it without any issues. Any taller than that, you're probably going to be end to end in it. I think it's boasting 3 inches aloft. I'm not real sure about that either. Like I said, you guys can look them up. 46 bucks. It's got a nice foot box in it. It doesn't feel like it's got any extra material in the foot box itself, but of course it's brand new, you know. It's got a nice baffle in it along the zipper, and it's got what they're calling a plow zipper. It really doesn't. I've just kind of messed with it a few times, you know. SBS zippers, if that means anything to you guys. But that plow is supposed to help it from catching on the material as you go up. Have to see how that works out too. Like I said, just got the thing. First time in the woods with it. It does have a nice baffle up here if you're using it as a sleeping bag. I'm using it like a top quilt. So if you do use it as a sleeping bag, it's got a really nice neck collar that you can draw up. And it fully encapsulates you in the hood. Should be pretty nice. I hope it works out good for a top quilt. That was my expectations out of it. 15, 20 degrees, maybe if it's rated at 0. I've got that little down 40-degree bag that keeps me really warm. But over the long night, it doesn't. And carrying 2 bags around, too, to be comfortable, of course. That's a little different tent camping than it is hammock camping. You have to expect a little more. I've done a little alteration in my underquilt this time, too. I took a piece of fleece, and I just pinned it in for a time being. That way, if this works out down below 30 degrees without the other bag on here, I'll just be doing this because it's about 2.5 pounds lighter. Not that I'm really worried. But like I said, it's an experiment tonight all over. Because I slipped one of the Mylar emergency blankets in between. So I got a 40-degree bag, the emergency blanket, and just a light fleece. It's worked real well down to about 50 degrees just by itself. So not too bad, not too bad. Tonight we'll see. Kind of wish it was going to get down to 20. Can you see them coming down there? Trying to sneak up on me. That's my brother Smoke. Thought he was going to come over tonight. Looks like he brought his lady friend with him. Nice to have company. All right, we're going to start right here. As you guys already know, that's Brother Smoke over there on the Group W bench. And this young lady standing here is Bearbait. Okay, she's going to get in shot. And as all you folks out there know, the guest always starts a fire. Have at it. Yep, let it happen. If you get some sparks in that there cotton ball, it will go up in flames.
Or not.
Well, that's entirely up to you. Get rough with it.
Most effective.
That's okay. That's all right. Everybody goes through it. You're not doing anything that everybody out there that watches my videos hasn't done. And completely destroy the setup that you've got to have fire with. I will have to say one thing, folks, that is the last cotton ball in the bag. And it is completely, no, you're not screwed. It is completely saturated with Vaseline. So it's not the easiest one to start. We're going to do like we did on Brad the last time he was over here having issues. Take two. We are at take two. Go ahead. I'll fluff that one up just a little bit more to give her some more drier material to work with. You get it up on it, it will light. There you go. See how easy that was? Now the little bitty stuff right there, just start piling that on a little bit at a time. And we did let her use the Light My Fire tonight.
And it was my first time.
And first time. Very good. Wasn't all that bad, was it?
Yeah. Just to get used to it.
Yeah. First timer. Yeah. Those pieces of oak on there are about 2 years old. And there's a couple of pieces of hickory over there too. Looks like it's got a little bit of seasoning on it. We got a good hot fire going though. Temperature dropped down about 49. But we ain't cold.
Nope.
You got this big coat on. I'm sitting here with nothing. Does feel good though, folks. We're going to sit around and conversate for a little while, and then get a big enough bed of coals, I'm going to cook me something to eat because I'm getting hungry. I'll get back to you guys after a while. You folks can probably hear the peepers going off in the background there. Time for me to eat dinner. Just about dark 30 out here in the woods. Still got company. Smoke and Bearbait still here. I didn't bring enough food for them, so they're going to sit and watch me have a hamburger steak, a little piece of pepper jack cheese, and some flatbread. Then we're going to sit around the fire and have some hot water. Well, I fixed my dinner and ate it in front of those two. A Bearbait, Brother Smoke. Look who showed up over here. We got David B and Little David. So we're going to sit around for a while and conversate. I'll get back to you guys in just a little while. I got a couple of things I want to talk to, and I'm going to show you guys just a little bit more about this light. When it gets plenty dark. Oh, it is dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
We missed that. All right, you guys stick around. We're going to sit here and enjoy the fire for a little while. About 45 degrees right now. Feels good. Hang in there. Well, it's kind of nice to have some company over here at the Hideout tonight. I'm not sure whether I talked them into coming back tomorrow and setting up camp and spending another night with me. Yeah, we'll see. You guys all know how that goes. Cool weather. It kind of tends to send some of the campers in the house. Excuse me. About 46 degrees now. I hope it does see that 30 mark tonight. I'm getting real anxious to get over there in that bag and see how warm it is. This fire feels mighty good, I know that. A couple of folks I want to say hi tonight. Say hi to tonight. Dan up there in Ohio. And Gary. I'm not sure if Gary's in Ohio or not. Somehow I think he is, but I'm not sure. He had a little fall, broke a couple of ribs, and had a little lung trouble out of it, so get better, man. Get back outdoors. There's a lot of folks I'd like to mention, but The list grows pretty much every day. All my new subscribers in the last month or so, thank you very much. Appreciate your view. And on that, I think I'll have a little shot of hot water. I passed it around a time or two tonight, amongst the adults, of course. Good to see little David get over here. Hope we can get him back over here at camp. He needs some outdoor time. Needs a little practice in the woods. So all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers, thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Cheers. This got a little apple flavor to it. A little more cinnamon than apple. Same old hot water. Well, if I got over here a little bit earlier today, I'd have got some work done on the bench over here, but that just wasn't meant to be, I suppose. Just glad to be able to get out without it raining. It's been a real mess around here for the last 2 weeks, and then some. And as I mentioned earlier, that tornado came down to the bottom between here and the river. Messed up quite a bit of stuff down that way. Tore down a lot of trees. And it displaced several families down there too. Oh, that was a good one. Piece of that cedar coming through. Been pretty quiet over here tonight. Got some interesting sounds going on just here about 15 minutes ago. At least 4 geese come honking over and landed on the pond down there. So I'll try to get up early enough I can sneak up on them and get a picture of them paddling around in the morning maybe. So far all I've seen down there is little wood ducks. Hadn't seen any critters besides birds this time though. Not yet. Maybe in the morning we'll catch a deer or two sneaking around. I had this headlamp, my last camp, and I didn't show any use at night. Tactical Pro 4. K-Bar user said he thinks it's about 2,000 lumens, but I don't know for sure. It's a pretty bright little light. 3 settings. High, and I've got it focused in right now. It throws a pretty good light out there. The low setting's not bad either. I hope you guys can kind of see that out there. I guess you can see the hammock set up over there. And then it's got a strobe. And I guess the critters heard me talking because they all shut up. It's a good light though. Pretty sturdy built. I think it's going to be a one that I'll have for quite a while. Like I say, it takes 3 AAAs or an 18650. It's about the same brightness either way. The bigger single battery doesn't make a difference in it. May last a little longer, I'm not sure. This time I've just got small batteries in it. I'm going to try it, you know, use it. I use a light a little bit around camp, but not a whole lot, as you guys know. Most of the time I'm sitting here like this. It's because that's kind of like the way I like to sit around. I think I'm going to burn a couple more sticks of firewood. Just kind of hang out. That's kind of what this trip was about. Been cooped up in the house with it raining. And I've been going up to the bike shop helping out Brother Shaky a little bit. It's coming on that time of year, everybody's going to want to ride again, including me. That just hasn't happened yet. I know I mentioned one time, I've been meaning to say something about it, but I mentioned at one point in time that was pretty tired of waiting on other people to make up my mind for me. And I really wanted to put my bike back together. But the amount of money it's going to take to do that, I just don't have right now. We'll see. All of that mess is still in progress. It's one thing you can't do. You can't hurry it up any. I'm going to put another little stick or two of wood on the fire. Keep the light going. Kind of clean up the trash laying around here a little bit too. I think we're pretty fortunate over here this time. 100-mile-an-hour plus winds coming through here, and I didn't see any trees down at all that weren't already laying on the ground. Kind of nice to just sit here and listen to the night. I think I'm going to do that for a while. If I don't have anybody show up tomorrow to camp out tomorrow night with me, I'm going to pull up stakes tomorrow sometime, head back to the house. I'd really like to do a couple of nights. It'd be kind of neat to get more than just me over here at the Hideout. It's nice to do solo camps, and I really enjoy the solitude time. But then again, it's kind of nice to have somebody come walking out of the woods up on you, you know. Pretty much here, I know who it's going to be. That's one of the reasons I like it over here. Down between the lakes is nice, and I'll be going down there more this summer. Especially doing kayak trips, do a little fishing. Probably do more day trips with the kayak than actually spending the night later on in the summer. And right now, after all of this rain, David B. was telling me that they've got the campgrounds closed down at LBL because the water is coming up. It's still rising. And the other thing down there too is a lot of the roads are that lead off from the trace down to the waterfronts. Some of them can be pretty rough at times at their best. And now, after we've had all this rain for the last month, there's a lot of them. If you don't have a Jeep, you're probably not going to be able to get in and out. You just got a regular vehicle, you might be able to get in there, but trying to climb that hill, getting back out might be a different story. I'll keep the camera handy tonight. The coyotes start howling. My owl buddy was back over there a little while ago. I guess he decided to call it a night. Peepers are pretty nice to listen to. And I don't think you guys can hear it, maybe for the road noise back there right now, but I can hear the geese down there flopping around still a little bit. They ain't went to sleep yet. Almost expect one of them to come up here by the fire and get warm. Nah, maybe not. They don't care. It is nice to share a fire. Just like I kind of share the fire with you guys every time. I don't feel so much anymore like I'm sitting here just talking to a camera, because with any good luck, people will be watching me. I'm not sure what time it is. Got the moon up over there pretty good. That's probably going on 9 o'clock or so. And I'm just about ready to crawl in that bag. I don't have on any long johns, just street clothes. And that's how I'm going to start out tonight. not going to use the hot hands, even though I got one. I really want to see what that 0-degree bag's going to do. Hoping it'll do real well. And here in, well, when I get the next chance, maybe a week or so, I'm going to come back over and do another ground camp. Back over that way towards the cedar thicket that we went to on the last one. I kind of eyeballed a little spot over there. I think will turn out pretty good for a little, kind of a stealth camp. I obviously do not have to be stealthy over here. But if you don't ever practice something like that, you don't know if you can do it or not. Just go light. Probably just do one night. Well, I say go light. I can't go real light. I've got to have my air mattress. I can't sleep on a bed of leaves. I don't think I'd get cold if I brought the Reflectix mat, put that down. I don't think cold would be an issue, but comfort is definitely an issue. But a lot of us older folks. And on the older folks thing, I'm going to have another shot at hot water. I got a good brother over in Scotland, Jonah, 365 Outdoors. Old boy's fixing to turn 50. I got him by 10, but he's catching up. Jonah, to you, brother. Got a nice blue one out of that. Thanks again for coming along and sticking around with me today. I'd like to hear exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. I want to do the final tie-up on this bench. And probably show a couple of knots. I don't use too many knots when I'm out. And there's a bunch of videos out already with knot tying in it. Not that I have any big secrets or anything, but I found I don't need a whole lot of knots. 4 basic knots is all I use. I think I'm going to call it a day. Talk to you guys in the morning. Sure is a pretty moon coming through the trees. Good morning, everybody. As you can see there, she's coming to life. I'm guessing it's about 6:30, something like that. I slept good. Woke up sometime during the middle of the night. Stayed up maybe a half hour. Just kind of looking around. That moon was laying back over that way in the sky. Haven't heard nothing down on the pond yet this morning. Man, I stayed warm all night. Good purchase. Good purchase. My underquilt got a little saggy during the night. It didn't really make any difference. I was warm, toasty. Still am, by the way. I think I'm just going to hang out here in the hammock and wake up for a few minutes and maybe take the walk down there to the water. See if those geese are down there somewhere. Pretty sure they are. I haven't heard them leave out. I've been up for maybe 45 minutes or so. Looks like the start of a beautiful day today. It's supposed to be just about like it was yesterday. Around 60 degrees. Something like that. Sure can't complain, that's for sure. But then again, first of the week, we're right back to the rain situation. So, who knows? Birds are chirping. Haven't heard nothing else walking around in the leaves yet this morning. Won't be long, the squirrels will be getting out. Probably hear the old barge down on the river coming by this morning. I'm just going to kind of hang out today and do a few things around camp. You guys watched last night. I tried to talk Brother Smoke and Bearbait coming back over. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. She had to work today. And I think little David didn't know what was up this morning for sure, but his folks are taking him to the zoo this morning. But I'd like to see them show up about noontime today too. Nobody shows back up, I'm going to go on back to the house, but I'd sure like to do another night. You guys hang around today. Let's see what happens. Just a few minutes ago, we had a couple of geese fly over, and I thought I heard one of these down here answer up. Not for sure if they took off in the middle of the night. I don't see one down here. Now, like I said last night, there's at least 4 of them. I think I'm going to walk down the shoreline here and see if I can't spot them. I'm not being very stealthy this morning. But I will tell you folks one thing. I got out of that sleeping bag. I know it's 31 degrees out here this morning. I didn't put on long johns, no wool socks. And I left my gloves in the backpack last night too. But I did stay warm. Kind of a rough guesstimate, I'd say that's a good 15 to 20 degree bag. I don't see it being a 0 bag. Of course, that's Fahrenheit too, guys. Let me ease down the pond here. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. I'm not going to walk on down to the swampy end there at the sunrise. Old crows are out this morning though. I'm not going to try to build a fire. I'm just going to have breakfast on the alcohol burner this morning. I'll probably use it to warm my hands up a little bit. It's cold out here, folks. Lots of critter tracks down here. Yeah. We've lost a little bit of water back here, but not much. Good morning, Mr. Crow. Been lazy this morning. Just kind of hanging out here wrapped up. Feels pretty good. It's 42 right now. Not warming up real quick. That 60 mark would be nice today. Time for the morning pipe. Stay nice and cozy wrapped up here. Already heard a couple of trucks go in over there towards the river. I believe I hear a chainsaw running. They got a lot of cleaning up to do down there. And several folks got a lot of rebuilding to do. Just going to sit around for a few more minutes. It's probably 8:30. Didn't wake up starved this morning. Still ain't seen the ducks or the geese that came in last night. You know, I may have miscalculated a little bit. The pond just on top of the hill over there, that's where they may be. I thought I heard something quacking back down here. Had a couple fly over. Nobody come in and landed though. They evidently knew where they were going last night because it was, well, it was moonlit down here. And they've probably been down here before, so. I kind of hate to see the rain come back. This down here won't even get drained out good before the rain gets here again. I think I'm gonna fix some breakfast here in a few minutes. We'll have some sausage and eggs this morning. Warm up the old belly a little bit. Ain't seen no critters except the birds. I knew I heard turkeys last night. Look what wandered into camp. Just gonna sit here real quiet and see how close they'll get up this way. Two of them that I see right now. Mr. Tom and one of his lady friends. Nice healthy looking birds. Finding it hard to believe that I ain't been spotted yet. They ain't 50 feet away from me. Yeah, got one sneaking through the woods again this morning. Brother Smoke coming back over for a visit. And I'm just about through here. Gonna add just a little shot of some Texas Pete, and I'm gonna be ready for breakfast. Well, as you guys know by now, anytime I get company over here, it takes me away from what I was actually wanting to do. Brother Smoke come up there just as I was finishing up breakfast this morning, and we've been sitting here for about 2 hours, seeing who could tell the biggest lie. He won, by the way. Yeah, he headed off, and it's got to be right at 1 o'clock now. I think I'm just going to slowly pack up and head on back to the house. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know last night I enjoyed having company over here. It was good to sit around the fire with folks. And as you already know, I invited everybody back over tonight to spend the night. You know, I told them I'd go ahead and spend another one if you guys want to come over, and we'll just hang out. And it's probably going to be a little cool for everybody tonight. I don't think I'm going to have to worry too much about that with this one. Down to about 20 degrees. I'm going to say it's a decent 20-degree bag to be rated at 0. At least for me. It's easier than carrying 2 bags. Of course, now, you know, got the underquilt. Got to carry it, because I'm not going to sleep in a hammock without an underquilt. Not this time of year, for sure. I believe I saw 31 degrees this morning. Just about a little lower than 32. It was a good test. Really good test. And everything passed quite well. Glad you guys hooked up. Glad you joined me on this one. Appreciate your views. I really do. So I'm going to just take my time, pack things up, and head on back to the house today. Make plans for another trip. I really want to get down to the lake before long, before the weather gets too nasty. We're going to have a bunch more rain next month, I know. We generally do in April. So we'll see how that goes. And also, with the weather being cool like it is, I hope it stays cool like this for the rest of March anyway. That way I can go down to the lake and pretty much be by myself. Right now, I'm pretty sure that the lake is a little bit up. The one camp where Donna and I went down to Red Hollow, from what I understand now, that one's fixing to go underwater in the next 2 days. So we'll see. See how long it takes them to get rid of this water we've been having. I'm kind of enjoying having a little lake down here. As you can hear right now, probably the peepers are going. Ducks were out swimming around this morning. I never did see those geese again. I'm not sure what happened to them. Whether they landed on the other little pond over there, they probably did last night. I just couldn't tell where they were going. They obviously knew where they were going, though. Turkeys this morning was a nice surprise. That big old woodpecker's been hanging around here all morning. He just doesn't want to leave. I think he found him a down tree down there. He had too many bugs to eat. He's actually he's sitting down there right now. I got a picture of him hanging on the tree over here. I hope it comes out okay. Hear my owl buddy over there. He's coming back to say goodbye. That sounds like the little one. That doesn't sound like the big one around here. Anyway, let me get everything packed up. Thanks for joining me, folks. Till next time, just waiting for the next big adventure.